not expensive. Let's say, I don't call expensive or cheap. I say value for money. What comes in that value is that you have to calculate and see, am I getting this value for money? That I can vouch for. That's our guarantee to you, because we compete with the best of the best MROs in the world to bring those international business into the country. So I refuse to accept that I am more expensive than them, because I compete with Lufthansa Technique, we compete with Joramco in Jordan, Turkish Technique in Turkey, ST Engineering in Singapore, Malaysia, you name them, and we compete with all of them. And it is impossible that they all are doing us a favor to come to. No, nobody is today doing any favor. There's no free meal, free lunch if in this world. So if we are coming, we are giving them a value for money, and that's the reason they are coming. From today, we close this March 31st with the 650 crore plus our top line today. That's from our vertical of airframe MRO. It's not a small amount, and we are looking at, as I said, we are investing another 600 crore. Again, looking at not just India's wide body. India's wide body is very limited just to Air India and thing. We are investing in a wide body complex for 600 crore for 350, 787 and 777, and I am looking at the region, not just the India. The idea is to have a global picture, be competitive, definitely, and you must have the best of the best quality. If you start cutting corners, and that which is a perception which is India is having it, we need to change that perception. You will get that people will recognize you for the quality and the flexibility that we bring on table.
Ashok ji, you are given a 100% correct answer, but we accept only 90% of it. We still want cost to be reduced. वो कैसे होगा वो आप देखो. अच्छा देखो अभी हमारे पास we have 5 more minutes, right? And yeah, I have his permission. He is comfortable. He has rescheduled. एक क्वेश्चन और है ऑडियंस के लिए. रेडी? नींद खोलिए. You are ready for the question? The question is, who is Bhairavi Jani? What is her specialty? He is an author who has written a book, and she is the 4th generation entrepreneur and director of SCA group of companies founded in the year 1896 by her great grandfather. Apart from her other qualities, what I admire about her is कि ये 2015 में ये 4 बच्चे एक कार लेके निकल गए और इन्होंने 50 दिन में पूरा इंडिया करीब 18,000 किलोमीटर ट्रैवल किया. Am I right? Yeah, I quoted it wrongly. Right? So a person who is really a thriller, a person who is on accomplishment, and she is also in the list of the top girl like change makers in the country, belongs to lot many think tanks. अपना चेहरा भी दिखाओ जरा लोगों को एक बार उठ. We are really privileged to have a youngster like you with us. हमारा normally age group काफ़ी ज़्यादा रहता है, audience काफ़ी ज़्यादा रहता है, तो you have helped us in reducing that average also. Good, thank you. So वो तो अब यही बताएगी. Yes, she is proud daughter of Mr. Tushar Jani, and that's and the way she helps the family and the business and the way she is conducting is really good, appreciable. Great. तो अब हम लास्ट के 3 मिनट पे आते हैं. पैनल आपके सामने है, 2 ऑप्शन है, या तो हम आपसे कुछ और बात करें या आप हमसे कुछ और पूछें. डू वी हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द ऑडियंस? अग्रवाल साहब कह रहे हैं बंद करो ऑडियंस. अच्छा सॉरी, ही डिड लाइक दिस. सो सम क्विक क्वेश्चन, 2-3 क्वेश्चन इकट्ठे दीजिए ताकि पैनल थोड़ा आराम से रिप्लाई कर सके. जी.
जब किराया दे रहे हैं ना वो, तो इसकी वजह से कॉस्ट ऑफ एमआरओ गोज अप. So that is one reason why Indian MROs are more expensive, because Indian MRO has to incur so much additional expense which perhaps the foreign MROs don't have to.
Right. Okay, any more question? जी. एक्चुअली अगर हमने ज़्यादा हल्का किया ना तो सेठ साहब मुझे अगली बार कंपेयरिंग नहीं देंगे. 1 मिनट रुक जाइए. एक सवाल ले लेते हैं ज़रा प्लीज़.
We should deliberate that MRO should be aeronautical activity or non-aeronautical activity.
ओके.
नमस्कार, मैं जनता की आवाज़ से बोल रहा हूँ. पर्यटन और तीर्थ पर्यटन ये हिंदुस्तान की रीढ़ की हड्डी हैं. उत्तराखंड में ये हो रहा है, वहाँ एक एयरपोर्ट है देहरादून में, मगर अभी हमने कोविड में देखा कि सिलेंडर ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर जो जाते थे उनको पहुँचने में बहुत दिक्कत होती थी. तो मेरा इस हाउस से ये नम्र निवेदन है कि श्रीनगर में एक कार्गो की व्यवस्था की जाए तो वहाँ के लोगों को और तीर्थ स्थलों को फायदा होगा.
Well taken. So will any of my esteemed panelists like to say anything as a sum up comment?
Sir, can I say?
Yeah.
I have a little different view, and I heard many of them are talking about, respectful to HAL, they are the doyen of our aeronautics in India. But I just want to ask one question. Do you want a services sector? MRO is a services sector. It is not design development, it's not manufacturing. Do you really want, how many of you go for a services sector and rate a government agency to do better? I don't know. Okay, I leave that thought. You don't have to answer that. But I personally feel that the services sector should be given to the private industry to run. Let them do. They do a better job. And today's business model is actually the focus on the core competency of yours. What is if airline today? If you see many of the new age airlines like Indigo and all, they focus. What is their core competency? Taking a passenger from A to B. Rest they don't want to get into catering and MRO activity, and they outsource it because that's where efficiency comes in. You are able to bargain and get a better value for money for that, and you get at a demanded time. So you are able to bring in more value for it. So I will look at this, leave this answer. Question to all of you to see who you want. And defense has opened up in a big way. This government has brought in the defense business also into the MRO, into the civilian side. There's a lot of synergy. So in the railways, there is a model where railways also have got depots, like the defense has got depots, the BRDs, what we call. They also had, what they have done, as I said earlier, MRO is actually a capital intensive, infrastructure intensive area. Too much of capital is required to set it up before you even start earning the first dollar. Now, if the facility is already there, for example, in a depot like a railway, what they have done, they have opened up the depot to the private sector and said, okay, your infrastructure is here, you come and run, and these are the SLAs for you, you deliver at this cost and this time and this efficiency. And many of the depots are now being, it's actually with the government is owning the depot, the manpower, the entire process, everything is now, because they don't have, there's no investment cost required, investment is already there. The only thing, we're creating a win-win situation. For government, the property has now been put to good use, generating revenue. For on the stakeholders, the railways, they're getting a good service. The business is thriving on the other side. So I feel, even in defense, why not we look at that kind of an opportunity? It's already there, doing well in the railways. Why not translate that and study that in the defense side? When you're in government, you've got a lot of baggages in the issue. For example, I'll tell you, one of the reasons why you're a bit slow in defense side is this L1 issue. Yeah. Tyagi sir, we had this conversation about that. It's really difficult because of the government issue about nobody wants to put a paper to the guy. And I remember I don't want to name a thing, there was a contract for painting of many aircraft on the defense side. We were one of the participants. We are globally known for painting facility in our thing. But we were I don't know, L5 or L6, and you know who got the contract? Somebody who doesn't even touch the paint. And they have got the contract for painting that aircraft. Unfortunately, and what they have quoted and what we have quoted is, for the one aircraft, they quoted the entire aircraft, that much money. How can it be different? So it's happening. L1 is a big actually I will say that leverage has to be given to the agency to, you know, to really identify and differentiate between. I remember one of the general also speaking about this in army also, in military also, this is a key issue where you don't get the qualitative people to come in because of this clause. You are really not able to compete with proper people and get this thing. So again answering that point, I will say it's not about L1 or L10, it's value for money. That's
It
why
is.
we should really look
Okay.
into it. You know,
Good.
so this is
Ashok
something.
ji,
Thank you.
The point is well taken, and this point is अभी नहीं 1 मिनट रुक जाइए प्लीज, वी हैव टू रेस्पेक्ट द टाइम आल्सो. तो